Greetings of the day. My name is Yashwin Anand, and I'm a first year student pursuing Masters of Business Administration from Christ University. Today, I'm here before you to summarize the case study Crafting and Executing an Offshore IT Sourcing Strategy, Globshop's Experience. The case study revolves around the strategic decisions faced by Globshop, a global travel retail company, regarding offshoring a significant portion of its information technology work. Following the aftermath of September 11, 2001 terrorist attack, Globshop was driven to undertake cost reduction efforts, leading to an outsourcing of many IT activities to an Indian vendor, Indo System Solution (ISS). This case dwells into the key decisions made by Roger Dean, the CIO of Globshop, and the challenges encountered during the planning and execution of the company's offshore outsourcing strategy. Globshop, a $5 billion firm with over 200 duty-free products and general merchandise shops worldwide, operates in the dynamic travel retail industry, heavily influenced by air travel, tourist traffic, and economic events. Roger Dean and his IT team are tasked with evaluating next steps as their three-year agreement with ISF nears completion. The company's leadership demands further cost reductions and proposes exploring additional offshore vendors to mitigate reliance on ISS. Additionally, Roger must assess the future role of internal IT function at Globshop, as further offshoring could lead to workforce reduction and potential challenges for the existing IT organization. With over 60% of IT spending concentrated on offshore activities, the CIO faces critical decisions that will impact the company's IT structure and operation. This case study delves will explore the complexities, benefits, and risks associated with offshoring IT work, as well as the implications for IT organizations' future at Globshop. It highlights the strategic importance of vendor selection, task allocation, managing the vendor relationship, and navigating the change management in an offshoring context. As the company nears the crossroads of extending the outsourcing agreement with ISS or exploring new offshore partnerships, Roger Dean's decision will have significant ramifications for the future of IT at Globshop. Stakeholders. Roger Dean, who is the Chief Information Officer of Globshop, he is responsible for making critical decisions regarding the offshoring strategy, vendor selection, and managing the IT function of the company. The success of the offshoring initiatives and their impact on the IT organization's future rests on his choices. Internal IT functions. Internal IT functions at Globshop. This refers to the existing IT workforce within the company. The decision regarding offshoring have implications for their roles, job security, and future structure of the IT organization. Indo System Solution. The Indian vendor responsible for handling application development, support, maintenance, and technical support for Globshop's IT infrastructure, ISS is a key partner in the offshoring arrangement, and their performance and capabilities directly impact the success of the offshoring initiatives. So, why Globshop chose ISS? It had a major reason behind it, that it was a medium sized company, and Globshop wanted that they should be a significant that they should be treated as a significant customer, because if they would go for some tier 1 company like Infosys or Wipro, they would not be considered that significant and prestigious to them. So they chose ISS, and also it had a hybrid culture of work which suited their company the best. So they made a 3-year agreement with ISS for new application development and support, and they made a master service arrangement. It stated a creation of a separate work order, or SOW, statement of work, for each new project or extension. Their main purpose was to gain sharing incentive for the vendor, that is the channel cost saving and the cost saving that they would have from offshoring. They would again reinvested they would again reinvested into the IT department a gain to have a gain from that, and to have better solutions for the IT department. So customers and business units. As Globshop operates over 200 duty-free and general merchandise shops across various locations, the decision on offshoring can have implications on the overall customer experience and business operations in the different regions. Shareholders and investors, the companies have a stake in the company's they have a stake in the company's performance and financial results. And success of the offshoring strategy has an impact on the company's profitability and shareholder value. The company also went for a major restructuring of a corporate restructuring wherein Lux purchased the major stakes of Globshop, and due to which the management team was also formulated. Suppliers and partners. Other vendors and partners engaged with Globshop may be affected by decisions related to offshoring, as it can influence the overall business dynamics and relationship with the supply chain. Moving on to the problems that were faced by the company. The major dilemma in the case study of the division facing Globshop regarding its offshoring forcing strategy for a significant portion of its IT work. After the terrorist attack that took place on September 11, 2001, the company decided to outsource many of its IT activities to an Indian vendor, ISS, as a part of the cost reduction effort. The offshoring forcing strategy, including development, application development, support, and maintenance, helped reduce the IT expenses by over 35%. As the agreement with ISF nears completion, the CIO is confronted with several critical decisions. Extending the outsourcing agreement. The CIO needs to decide whether to extend and renew the outsourcing agreement with ISS or explore alternative options. Risk of overdependence. The company is concerned about becoming overly dependent on ISS and is considering the possibility of using multiple offshore vendors to reduce the risk. If the company decides to move more IT activities offshore, it must assess the implications for internal IT group. A significant reduction in IT workforce has already taken place, and further cuts could have severe consequences for IT organizations. Business continuity and performance. The decision regarding offshore forcing could impact the overall performance and the business continuity of the company, especially since the travel retail industry is subject to fluctuations in air travel, tourist traffic, and economic events. Ensuring a successful partnership with ISS and addressing any challenges in the managing vendor relationship is crucial for the long-term success of the offshoring strategy. While cost reduction is a primary driver for offshoring, the company must carefully balance it with quality of IT services provided by the offshore vendor. Moving on to the next slide, solutions. Um, To decide whether to extend the outsourcing agreement with ISS or explore alternative options, Globshop needs to conduct a comprehensive evaluation of ISS performance during the initial 3-year agreement. They should um, they should they should assess the quality of services provided and cost saving achieved and overall value delivered. Additionally, Globshop could consider inviting competitive bids from offshore vendors to evaluate the feasibility of using multiple vendors and negotiate better terms. To reduce the risk of becoming overly dependent on a single vendor, Globshop could explore the possibility of engaging with multiple offshore vendors. By diversifying the sourcing strategies, the company can mitigate potential risk associated with relying solely on ISS. They should carefully assess the capabilities and track records of different vendors before making a decision. If Globshop decides to move more IT activities offshore, they should consider the potential impact on the internal IT workforce. They could focus on reskilling and upskilling their existing IT employees to align with new outsourcing strategy. To ensure business continuity and performance in the face of fluctuations in the travel retail industry, the Globshop should prioritize service level agreements and performance metrics in agreements with offshore vendors. This will help them maintain the quality of IT services even during challenging times. Um, Globshop should strike a balance between cost reduction and service quality. They should not compromise on service quality solely for cost savings. Continuous monitoring and evaluation of vendors' performance will help maintain the desired balance. Um, in general, the solution for the problem that is being identified. So, for the solution, according to me, would be that they should form a new agreement with ISF stating their clear terms and conditions that with what employees they would want to work with or whom they feel comfortable with, and they should also specify the lines on which they would want to continue to work with them. Also, they should not totally hand over their work to ISS because it could pose a serious threat to the company. And secondly, they should also go for multi-vendor selection because then it could help them diversify their risk. Moving on to the case summary. The case study revolves around the decisions faced by Globshop as it decides to offshore a significant portion of its IT work. To cope up with the business challenges, the company outsourced various activities to ISF, resulting in reduction in IT expenses. As Globshop approaches 3-year agreement of its with ISS, they are faced with crucial decisions regarding offshoring, outsourcing, renewing their contract with ISS, or exploring multiple offshore vendors. Furthermore, the case sheds light on relationship between Globshop and ISS, highlighting the highlighting furthermore the case sheds light on the relationship between Globshop and ISS, highlighting the use of fixed price agreement and gain share incentive for the vendor. The agreement allowed ISS to reinvest the cost savings back into IT, leading to continued revenue generation for the vendor. The case concludes discussing the flexibility in utilizing IT resources as per specific project requirements, employing a just-in-time global sourcing philosophy. Overall, the case emphasizes the importance of strategic decision making in offshoring IT work and the need to assess its implications on the organization's IT structure and operations for successful outcomes. Thank you. Thank you. That's all.